What's up, you wonderful people? I had a very interesting idea today. The idea that I had was to be able to capture things in terms of like trying to figure out my passions and hobbies and try to give you like clues in terms of how do you break down your passions and hobbies and go the thing under the thing. See, this whole thing under the thing kind of concept was something that I found in like, it's called Story Greenlights. It's another YouTube channel which is don't just look at things at the surface value, but just go two, three, or as many levels down trying to understand what's the thing under the thing. And then I realized that I don't actually know how I want to be able to break down in terms of your mind and figure out what your passions and hobbies are and what's driving it. And I figured I might as well like document it. This is basically me trying to figure out and document things in terms of figuring out why I'm interested in doing certain things. And I'm not talking about a system here. Like, I think this is very similar to what I was talking a few days back, which is don't just talk about the system, but also the discovery of the system. So, this is more of like a live discovery of the system. I have ideas, but I don't have a system. This is a discovery vlog, right? This is not the do this and that's my system vlog, but this is more of a discovery vlog. Second thing, it doesn't have to be one hobby. I literally have like 3 or 4 hobbies in my mind which I want to break down, but I'm going to try this on one, see if it makes sense, and then iteratively try the other one. Key ingredients: a book and a pen. I'm going to take the example of blog because I think I just mentioned this a bit back and it's more generic than let's just talk about how YouTube niche works. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down blog, right? Because I want to understand why am I interested in writing blogs. Is that even something that I should do? Because that's time that I'll have to spend. I mean, I like the idea of writing blogs. I like sharing experiences. So that's a clue. What we're trying to do is like go break that down into, in this example, why blogging is important to me. So I want to be able to share experiences, right? So you're going to take your pen and you're going to write down share experience. Blog, and then you got share experience. I want to be able to provide value to people. Like if somebody's, I mean, that's a very big thing, value. So, but I'm still going to put it because I don't know what that means right now. We're discovering things. And I also want to be able to provide tips, tricks. These are more of readme tutorials of things that I think I can share knowledge about. So it's share knowledge. So that's basically share knowledge. So we got one level down, which is share experiences, value, which we don't know what that means, and that's okay. And we got tips, tricks, and tutorials, which means I want to be able to share knowledge that I have. And I'm gonna start going down one level down, right? Share experiences. What experiences? I definitely don't want to share experiences of travel. I don't want to share experiences of software at this point, but that's probably in share knowledge. But I do want to share experiences what drives me in terms of like productivity and organization and task management and general things. So which means I want people to be productive. So productivity tips. And I'm a big believer in the fact that you should use simple tools. A lot of times I talk about just using a simple to-do list. A lot of times I just talk about just scribbling your thoughts, literally doing like a random like mind map over here. So simplicity, life hacks slash tips. I want to be able to share tips. So I'm going down like this rabbit hole in terms of share experiences, productivity tips. I want to be able to share my experiences of trying to organize things. And then I reach life hacks, tips and tricks, and then immediately you see that like I've got like another top level here called tips, tricks, and like I'm gonna connect that because that looks like something that's common over there. But then when I come down this share knowledge, now it's clear to me that the knowledge that I want to share is about my productivity tips. I actually probably want to write another one called shortcuts and then code. But when I say shortcut iOS, so even though I've written shortcut iOS, I probably can say tips. So shortcuts iOS tips tricks, something new because that's something I wanted to do. But these are very one-off. But like, so I don't think I want to go down this rabbit hole, right? Like code frameworks, how-tos, tips and tricks. This is also linked to tips and tricks here, but then they're one-off and they're mostly link aggregators. There's a whole bunch of other things. I mean, I'm just giving you like a very quick dump in terms of how I'm thinking it. But obviously, evidently, I had iOS shortcuts and wikis about like code frameworks, and I've written a couple of them before. But obviously, like the top of my mind is always going to be around productivity. So this is more of a clear indicator that the reason I want to write blogs is because I want to be able to like share my experiences in terms of productivity. This is not a new system, just to give you a little bit of context. This is basically what a mind map looks like. I had 10 different things that I wanted to do with respect to blogs, but like now I know the focus area of my blogs is about productivity and task management and organization tips. And some of them could be around shortcuts, some of them could be about like new applications that I build or new tools that I discover. So I want you to do this. I want you to like do this. I actually want you to do this. I think you're going to see this on Tuesday. This is Tuesday when you see this. Or let's just call it Goal Focus Tuesday. I want you to take a piece of paper and take down the one thing that you're passionate about. It could literally be about like reading books. I want you to list down what kind of books you want to read. If you already know this, awesome. If not, this is a great way to go down a rabbit hole to figure out what actually interests you, what drives you, what drives your passion. Oh, did I tell you that it was like a cloudy day today? Here's what happened today, the rest of the day. I have a feeling I'm going to have an awkward conversation with my cab driver today. I'll tell you in a minute why it's going to be awkward. I mean, it's not like I want to pick up fights with the guy or with anybody on Monday morning, but like the guy is a true personification of why seatbelts were invented. The second is just got a general attitude, so like just one of these days I want to be able to take like a quick ride without having to cancel 50 other quick rides. Right now I'm dealing with that, like cancelling every trip that is auto selected for me. I'm gonna have to take the bus. Bus to the rescue. One of these days I'm going to understand like the benefits of these ride sharing apps like Quick Ride. But until then, BMTC to the rescue. It's drizzling. I don't even understand. Like it's summer, it's drizzling.